Alrighty, so in this chart now what we're going to do is we're going to take our Phthalo Blue and Hansa Yellow Light and we're going to create some mixtures, and then you'll get a whole bunch of different colors. Then we're going to gray it down. Again, this now we're using the limited palette, and to make it easy for you, I've got this chart that you can get, and I'm doing the exact same thing except I'm just doing it on canvas paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our two colors, then we're going to add more. So if we're going to take our blue and our yellow here, we're going to create mixtures adding more yellow, mixtures adding more blue. Then we're going to add our complementary color to this. We're going to add a little bit of black to darken and a little bit of white to lighten. So you can use this chart and you can put it, actually paint on this. That way it can fit into a 3-ring binder. You can put it into a page protector. It's up to you what you do with it. Okay, so we're going to start off with Phthalo Blue. Phthalo Blue and Hansa Yellow Light. And we're going to mix the two together. And ideally what I can do is go right into my unstick mat and create the mixture, because I'm going to need quite a bit of this. And this will range depending on what you're doing. Some of you may make it more blue, some of you may make it more yellow. It's gonna range, which is why this experiment is a really good way of doing it. So now by taking this, and we're just going to add more blue to it. We can't see the true underlying color because it's just too dark. So let's take a little bit of white. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to have to show you something. When I do this experiment, I'm just always amazed. So I have some colors that I use, well, I was using frequently. I use the fluid acrylic more for mixed media, but look at these colors, okay? And then these colors. This is aquamarine, which you can also make. This is Cerulean Blue. Cerulean Blue is a perfect color for seascapes as well. I use it for portrait painting, but look how close that is. That is so close. Look at that. Now, depending on what brand you use, and especially it's more noticeable in oils, Cerulean Blue, the pure Cerulean Blue, true Cerulean Blue, is one of the higher priced pigments. I notice it more in oils, where I can spend, somewhere around between $45 to $50 for a tube of Cerulean Blue. We now know we can make something similar to ourselves, and to be that precise, it's not that much of a difference. So let me just give you an example. By mixing the two, it's not going to be as clean. This is a lot more blue. And let's see, with this one here, it is also opaque. I have a little bit too much water in my brush. But you can see, if I just take a little bit more Phthalo Blue to this. Okay, and add a little bit more white. So it's pretty close. And I actually like this better because you can shift it. Okay, you can shift it. But Cerulean Blue is a really nice color to do your color mixing. Where's my pen? So this is Cerulean Blue. That's this one here, just to show you. That's sort of like in my extended palette. That's nice to have because it's really, really, you can do a lot with it. Okay, so now let's go back to what we were working on. So then with this mixture here, let's go back to this. I'm going to have to make up some more. And every time I make up more, the mixture slightly changes. Because I'm not measuring with teaspoons and tablespoons and that. So to this mixture, okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of a complementary color. Well, let's put some white in this because I can't see what it is. Look at that color. A little bit, pop that bubble. It's a little bit bluer. This is cobalt turquoise hue. I like that color. Cobalt teal hue. Look at that. This is PB28, it's a single pigment, so I like that. So there's another Seascape color. Because I just mixed up the paint, didn't quite measure. So to make her a complementary color, I'm going to take a little Napthol red light, and I'll take a little bit of Hansa yellow light. And what it does, it grays it down. We're working with a blue-green, and working with a blue-green, depending on if it's more blue or more green, that you look opposite to the color wheel and you're looking at the reds, oranges, and yellows. So I added orange to this. Let's add white. Now to this mixture, let's take a little bit more red, a little bit more yellow. I'm going to get rid of all the excess in my brush. And let's mix that in there. We're graying it down. Now, I'm looking at all these and I can see all this stuff in paintings. And then this one here, stormy water. There's no sun. It's stormy water. Muddy water, dark, stormy. Look at that. Love it. Love, love, love that. So to this as well now, what we can do is we can add a little bit of black to darken it. If you wanted to, you can also add alizarin crimson. So if I just go here, and I'll just take this mixture here. I'll add some black. Well, want to see the true underlying color? Well, let's add white. There's another color. Black further dulls things down. So we're going from here to here, and we're adding color, adding color, adding color, adding color. And just see all the different variances that you're going to get? And then from here, you can still go even further. Shift it with a bit more yellow. Shift it with a bit more blue. Try a different blue. Try a different yellow. You can do this experiment and just go on and on and on and on. Okay. So now let's work the same mixture. Now we're working with more yellow. So let's just make up another mixture. But we're working with more yellow in this. And so we're going to put that here. So it being more yellow, it's green. It's more green. I can see that in ocean water, for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay. Add a bit more yellow to that. And then you can start seeing things, you know, if you're doing an underwater scene of kelp that's highlighted by the sun, you could look at this as some highlight color as well. Okay, well, let's add our complementary color. Red, yellow, is that going to be enough? I don't know if it's going to be enough. Let's gray that down. Let's add some white. That's a really dull green. Okay, let's add a bit more white to that. And then from here, you know what you can do? Take a bit more blue. And now you have another color. Just by shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting. All we're working with is Phthalo blue, Hansa yellow light to get our base green. We add a bit of the complementary color. You can use orange. So depending on what brand you're using, like the oils, you could use Cad Orange, or you could use Paranone Orange, Vermilion. You could, I'm using Napthol Red Light and Hansa Yellow Light. You can use Napthol Red Light and Hansa Yellow Medium, Napthol Red Light and Hansa Yellow. It all depends on what you have. See how it's just shifted? Now it's another color. So I'm going to take this now. Let's put that in here, which is, see, now it's even another color. It's now another color. Let's make up some more paint. All the colors are different. Just going to tone that down a bit now. I'm making more of a batch of this color here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to gray it down by adding a bit more black. So we're graying it down even further. And then we need to add white so we can see what it is. Nice. Now we created our green here, then we added Napthol red light and Hansa yellow light to gray it down, and then to that mix we added black. You can take this, take your green, then add your Napthol red light and Hansa yellow light here, then make a separate pile taking your Hansa yellow light and Phthalo blue, take your green, and then add black. So you'll be able to see the differences of the mixtures with black and just with the complement. Because this mixture here has the orange and the black in it. There we go. Look at all those colors. So depending on the seascape that you're working with, and when you're doing a wave, even this is a nice color for wave. This one, the eye of the wave, nice colors, pure, clean, beautiful colors. So these work out really well. Now, in saying what I was mentioning about here about the complementary color, if we make our blue and our yellow, okay, and I'm going to add more yellow to this one. And I'm going to add, because we already know what it looks like by just adding the comment. And if I take the black, add black to it. I think I added a bit too much black. Now add white to see the true underlying color. There we go. See, it's different. So this is the color here. That's the actual green. That's more on the yellow side. We added a complement and that's what we get. So, and this is that same green by adding black. It's not as intense. So there's another set of colors. So now if we repeat the same exercise, so we have this green. Now, let's see. Oh, we already did the exercise. So take that green, just add the complement here. And then here's where we added the black. So subtle differences. And then you can really push it even further. If we just add a lot more black to that. That looks black. Is that too black? There we go. Look at that gray. Shadow. Shadow, stormy. Let's pick up a bit more of the green. Let's pick up a bit more of the blue. Pick up a bit more of the blue. Let's use all that up. Take some white. See, it just brings everything back to the way it was. Isn't that beautiful? So just by, you know, and this is just the same colors. It's just the same colors. I'm just basically adding a little bit of white. And these are all colors that you can see in seascapes and in an ocean painting. Love that one. That is very close to Cerulean Blue as well. And just by graying it down, you get all those beautiful mixtures. So you can see all these different things that are happening, and it's a lot to take in just by watching this. But what you need to do now is take the colors that we mixed and apply it to a painting.